Hey everybody, it's me, Goth Girl Punk here. I just was watching a thing about JonBenet Ramsey's case. I think I'm a year younger than her brother, so he was 9, I was probably 8 around the time of her death. And it's sad to hear about it. To this day, no one has been found, but I sure as hell know who did it, though. Because, first off, one, you have to think of who was in the house at the time. 3 people besides her. Mother, father, and brother. Mother didn't do it. Father didn't do it. They were too grieving stricken to even think about it. But if you look at the ransom letter and look at how they said it was like done a few times, it looked like a well-educated 9-year-old boy wrote it with handwriting and all that. But I think it was written like how a murder mystery book would have been written out. And I do not think that it was like somebody actually thought of it. I think they read a murder mystery book somewhere and go, I could use that for this. And put my own little words in. So, to this day, they don't know who killed her. But I bet you 100% if they were able to reinvestigate, reopen the case, take the DNA from the brother, do everything with the brother, you'll find your killer. That's all I have to say. Because when he was interviewing, this is how he was looking. Yeah. Of course you're not going to like JonBenet. She's getting all the attention. You have to think of it like that way. As a 9-year-old kid, your sister is getting all the attention. Mommy, can I go out and play? No, because we have to go to JonBenet's pageant. Or you have to think like that. And it was probably JonBenet this, JonBenet that, JonBenet. And now, after all these years, guess what? It's still JonBenet this, JonBenet that. And it's like, he's probably thinking, damn, even after I killed her, people won't let her die, basically. Of course, there's been strange weirdos. There's always strange weirdos around. But, like, evidence, they say there's not enough evidence. Come on, like, anybody could look at this and go, it's the kid. It's the kid because the kid wasn't getting enough attention at the time. And it's definitely the kid, you know. It doesn't take a rocket science to go poof, you know. And it's just sad to see that somebody would kill JonBenet. And if you ever listen to everything about the trial and all the stuff that went on, somebody gave her pineapple before she died. She's allergic to pineapple. So somebody had to be close in the family to know that. Let's see. Had to know that the father got a bonus to give that exact, right around that exact amount in the ransom note. Okay? And I think, to be honest, the guy that said, oh, he did it, probably was friends with the brother, or knew the brother, or the brother confessed to him. And that's why he said he killed her. And I would love if the brother just told the truth, or somebody just came out and be like, yeah, this is actually what happened, just to put her at rest. Until the case is solved, she is not put at rest. That's all you have to think about. And anybody could think like that, because all I know is that you got to think about it this way. The dead lie at rest when the case is at rest. Which means when the case is solved, her spirit will be at rest finally. And I believe her spirit is probably haunting whoever did it. And it would just be nice to see somebody actually fess up. I wouldn't even care if they got in trouble or not. Just be like, dude, I did it. I'm sorry. I was stupid back then. I did it because I wasn't getting this or that. Or just fess up. Burke, if you did it, fess up. Dude, I have nothing against you. I have nothing against anybody who had killed her. It's just, I would understand where he's coming from if, like, all the signs go to him, but I have to say if he did it, you know? But it would just be nice to be like, yeah, I did it because of this or that. So she could lay and rest. And it'd just be nice and, like, to be like, oh, we finally know who did it. But, like, this is how I think. If you kill somebody or did it by accident, and you say, oh, I did it by accident, or didn't mean to, or I was just trying to get her quiet and scared so she doesn't get all the attention or something like that, it doesn't matter. Like, if you were 9 years old and have not re-offended, dude, I think they should just, to be honest with you, they should just put you in jail for a little bit. That's it. But I think that whoever had did it is probably living with that guilt. That guilt is probably worse than jail, because they have to live with that every day. They have to think, I killed JonBenet Ramsey. I'm the one that gave this girl anguish and pain and suffering and all this stuff, and now it haunts me to this day, because obviously it's haunting the person. Because if any, like a real killer, because that's not a professional, by all means it's not a professional who did it, a real killer would not care and get a high off of it and do it again and again and again and again and again and again, which there has been no evidence after this that a crime has been committed like this, same way, same fashion before. So that means it was an amateur. So that means somebody did it just as a one-time deal. One-time hurrah thing. And is now living with that guilt. So, as somebody that knows a lot about shrink psychology stuff, a professional serial killer will do it again and again and again and again because it gives them endorphins and a high, and like, you know, oh yeah, I got a high, and then they'll get that low crash again. Once they get that low crash, they'll do it again to get that high again. So obviously it wasn't somebody that was an offender before, or ever did it before, or ever did it again afterwards. Because normally criminals, any kind of criminal it is, sex offender, robber, any kind of criminal, they have a pattern they do. If they kill somebody by hanging them, they will kill somebody by hanging them again and again and again and again. Because it's like they pick their method before they do it, and they pick their method on how they do anything, robberies. They'll be like, this is my method. I break up into the second floor, go downstairs, leave through the front door, but lock it. And like, somebody's like that because that's their style. They know it well, they do it constantly. A professional do it constantly. So when they do it constantly, you get better at it, okay? And with how it wasn't a professional, because there was little bits and pieces of the puzzle where it was like, oh, this was broken, but this wasn't broken, but there was no footprints outside in the snow. And if anybody knows snow, doesn't matter if it's light, fluffy, hard, crunchy, you walk, if it covers, it will always leave a dent like that. So when it leaves that dent like that, even little animals, you see the little holes like this, but it's still like, the snow might be this, and then you'll see it, and then that again. So there obviously was somebody from inside the house. Go there. Whoever was in the house at that time would have been JonBenet's mom, dad, and brother. 3 people. Right there. Who was sleeping at the time, they said. The mother and father. Guess who that leaves? And I don't think the mother and father would have freaking called the police and reported missing if they did it. Because if you knew your kid, if you did it and put your kid in the basement and you knew the kid was in the basement, you wouldn't have called the police. You wouldn't have had it over. You would have probably said missing and put the body somewhere else. Where in a kid's case, if you do that, you have to go alone. And let's think about it. 9-year-old, probably not allowed to leave the house alone. Mother and dad probably has a system maybe on the house, or he might have to walk past their bedroom, or they might sleep, like my parents slept with the door open. So if I open the door or run past that bedroom, they would hear me as a kid. So it's like, you ain't going to eat that ice cream again, are you? No. But you have to think about it. And the time of the murder, think about it. Neighbors could probably be home. If a neighbor saw a 9-year-old boy walking down the street holding a little girl, holding a limp sister, they're going to definitely call them, hello? Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey, we saw your son carrying your daughter, like, down the block. Right? Which, if an adult killed a kid, they could wrap her up, put her in the car, and go, right? Because adults drive in United States. So this leads me to believe that it was somebody that's not a repeat offender, somebody that was young, somebody that also knew her very well, somebody that, I believe it was definitely her brother, because to somebody that could understand murders, could understand all this kind of stuff, because I've read up, I've talked to psychologists that thinks about this kind of stuff, because I know a lot of them, because I had a teacher that was a psych teacher, a psychology teacher, that also was my English teacher, that also was ASL teacher. So besides knowing Apple, she knew how to train mice, and really cool teacher. I really wish I knew if she still worked at J.P. Stevens, but in Edison, New Jersey. But I'm not gonna go, excuse me, is my teacher still there? Because let's say, it's been 12 years. It would be 12 years. 11 or 12 years around. Wait, 2006 was 10 years. 2016 was 10 years, I mean. So 2017 is 11 years. Yeah. So it would be like 11 years since I was at that school. And so I wouldn't know. 11 years changed. Think about it. What have you done in 11 years? What has anybody done in 11 years? And this is, it's all, when you do anything, it's a brain thing. It's, you have your quirks because of your brain. You're who you are because of your brain. Like, if you are smart, you know how to manipulate people. You know how to manipulate anything. This kid, obviously, he's a tech guy, Burke. He's smart as hell. So, obviously, because he's that smart, he can probably know how to manipulate the system, get away with all this. This is the reason why I'm also saying that it most likely is him. It's like 100% definitely him. But it's just that because he's so smart, he got away with it. Got away with it. Like, really? He got away with it. So, it just, and if I'm looking like off to the side, it's because right here, where I'm pointing, is where the screen is. Right here, where I'm pointing, right here, is where the camera is. Right here is the screen. Right here is the camera. It's my phone, I'm sorry. But it's sad to think that he shouldn't have to be afraid to tell. And that's what I think the issue is, that he's afraid to tell anybody because he's afraid of going to jail or not being able to live. Which, in his case, he was 9. He only did it. He never repeated it again. Only did it once. And who knows? Who knows? Like, if walls could talk, that would help. Yeah. Like, do we know that ransom note was as a ransom note? Or do we know that if the kids were playing before? Like, we don't know what went down because nobody will tell. I like, personally, I'd rather hear him be like, I did it, but we were playing. I took it a little too far. Like, or, like, just something. I'd rather have, me personally, I think it would be better if whoever did it got it off their chest than keep it. Because when you keep a burden like that, it messes with your mind later on in life. And when you get older and older and older, it's like, to the point you're like, I can't breathe. So, I don't know. From a person that knows psychologists, that's been to shrinks, that's talked to shrinks, that has friends that are shrinks, that has been by psychology teachers and stuff like that, who's open-minded, open-hearted, and has done weird stuff in my past. Nobody is perfect. Yes, I understand that. But it takes a trained professional to be a trained professional serial killer. It takes just a dumbass to kill somebody. Like, I think he probably needs a lot of professional help. And I think it's him, because in the pre-writings they spelled certain words wrong, and basically it was kind of like a textbook note, where that means textbook style notice, where it already was like pre-done somewhere else, that basically they kind of just copy and paste. And yeah, so it just kind of makes me like wonder, like, didn't the parents know he was having issues, or the parents go to counseling ever, or like ask him how he felt? Probably not. God, it just kind of makes me wish that, like, people like that, kids like that, would just talk and tell how they feel before something like that happens. And that's with anybody. If you think you're gonna do harm to others because you're feeling a certain way, get help. If you do harm to yourself, that's a different story. If you do harm to yourself, that's just meaning that you feel like you're no good. Not, you don't feel like somebody else is no good. You feel you don't have hatred towards somebody else. You just have hatred towards yourself, which is a completely different issue in itself. But besides the point, like, I'm really at that point where I'm going, I know this has been like, it says 25 minutes. It's probably going to be 30 minutes. But, like, as an adult, like, self-harm is by choice. It's not like somebody, and is self-harm is because you hate yourself. Not because, and depressed, and you just want to end it all, basically. But people that self-harm don't hurt other people. Like, so you have like two kinds of people in the world, basically. You have the people that could harm themselves and like disrupt their own life. Then you have the people that disrupt somebody else's life, which in that case means people that will hurt others, rob others, talk about others, screw other people up. Where we people that done self-harm, suicidal people, and the depressed people that are like that, only cause harm to ourselves because we bubbleize ourselves. Because we think the world doesn't want to know us, so why should the world know us, kind of a deal. And and then you have, like I said, the other people are like the spiteful, revenge-seeking people. And me, I could just be who I am. Like, yes, I know how to find out every information I need. I know how to hack computers. I don't do it, though. I know how to find out anybody's full name, full information, just by using their account name or username. I also know how to ping their spots because of being a tech geek. Like, but people like people that kill like JonBenet Ramsey, or people that probably got harassed, probably got made fun of, you have that sister, the sisters in the pageant, you are this, you're that, your parents don't even realize you're there, and stuff like that. Me, personally, thinks he did it. And I love it how, like, when I flipped out on somebody, because of what they did, I flipped out because I was getting harassed. And I was getting depressed. And I was getting hurt. Physically hurt. Because of this. And I have proof. I took screenshots on who started it. So, if anybody is watching this from, you know, if you're watching this, you know, if you know me and what's been going on, you know why I'm saying this. I reported it to you now. I reported the name. Reported their little clique. Because I don't play fair with that. Because first off, you attacked me on my shit? Please, girl. You attacked me. You started the drama with me. So I got it pissed off at everybody because nobody else was listening and believing me. Well, guess what? I have proof. I told them I have proof that you were harassing me, girl. That's all I have to say to that. Sorry. Hate is gonna hate, and play is gonna play. I'm just gonna shake it off, and and then y'all telling to block me. Pfft. Yeah, okay. Block me for something you've done to me. Okay. You're a little loony in the head, girl. Y'all clique is a little loony in the head. Hey, at least I'm not the one that's loony in the head. I was telling the truth to people. When I feel like I'm getting hated and dissed, I'll tell that person I'm getting hated and dissed. You block me? Shit. I told how I felt after they blocked me. And then somebody else got pissed off because I told how I felt. Dude, girl, you don't know me. Anybody on you now, you do not know me unless you talk to me privately. Like Chris does. Chris knows me. And then you tell Liz to block me when I told Liz what was going on and showed her. And I know you will watch this. I know it. But yet, I blocked your asses. You can't even say sorry for something you've done. I can say sorry for what I've done. Sorry for telling you the truth. Sorry for telling everybody the truth. I wasn't threatening anybody. I was speaking my damn mind. And that is allowed in the United States. Freedom of speech. Look that amendment up. My YouTube channel. Freedom of speech. My YouNow channel. Freedom of speech. So technically, I could do whatever I want on my channel. But you come into my channel and start harassing me? That's not okay. That's harassment. I don't come into your channel and harass you and talk shit about you on your channels. But you talk shit about me and on my channels? I ain't talking shit about you. I ain't saying this motherfucker is this or that or this or that. No. All I'm saying is you blocked me for no apparent good reason. And then you started getting your goonies to harass me. That's it. Have I talked about your past? Have I talked about your future? No. I didn't vlog this yesterday because guess what? It was my son's birthday. And I was wishing him a happy birthday on his birthday. Yes, guess what? I have a son. I have kids. I have kids I see. I also have a boyfriend. And I also have a husband. Oh, what? You didn't know? Oh, sorry. I live a different alternate life than you. Sorry. I'm a little more out there than you because I don't care. But guess what? I am me. And I love that I am different and unique. So whatever, haters. Whatever, haters. Loser, W, whatever. Get the picture. To you. Get that? Good. Drop the mic. Mm-hmm. If you don't already, subscribe to my channel. Give me thumbs up. Thank you for watching. This is Gospel Pug saying peace out, y'all.